Hello traders, it's Tuesday, April 21st, and we're here to do our daily recap. How you doing, George? How'd it go for you today? I saw there was an aggressive short there
Good.
that looked like it worked out maybe pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad you remember the day. I get so just kind of entrenched. I'm like, it's just another trading day. So yeah, we obviously finally had our retrace day that we've been waiting for at least a couple days at this point. It's funny. I feel like I'm getting better and better at calling the retrace days about a day ahead of when they actually happen. So maybe I'll catch up to that at some point here soon. All right, we'll start here on the ES. So I had back kind of posted this rubber band back here. I wasn't here. I wasn't trading. I wasn't doing anything. It's always important to know that when a market has gone through a scenario and it hit a rubber band, though, because the rubber bands, if you watch the videos, you'll understand they're usually really good places to reverse or counter trend. And then in this particular case, this morning, we've already gone up so much. Matter of fact, we had a training last night as part of just our normal room stuff. And I had told them in the room last night, I say, look, just wake up tomorrow. Don't panic this evening. But if you find that we can't get above 185, that's a really good sign that we're probably finally going to pull back a little bit today. So, anyhow, I posted that kind of back behind. I said, look, that happened. So just be aware. And then let's find our 920 bar. We'll zoom in here first. All right, so 920. Here we go. So there's our 920 bar. And as you can see, we're already really close to the targets. So this was a hard one to like justify in kind of the way that I see it. I want always a better price, even if we're going to go down or if we're going to go up. I'd rather pull back a little bit to get a better price. So it was a hard one to justify, even though it just went, open of the day and just went straight to all the targets. Sounds good, but your risk reward kind of got a little out of whack. So I personally didn't take this one. And then we let the market do its thing. It went through rubber bands. That's kind of telling for us. It tells us like, hey, we've got the, potential, we got the energy to like continue in this direction. And then it was really simple actually. Yeah. So kind of what Bob was saying. Here's the aggressive. We labeled it. It's right here. And we said that you really have three options at the start of this morning. You can hit the aggressive. I had given verbally the right here about 178. That was more of like a nominal entry. And then last, possible case is that it has to hold up here at 185, which again references back to what we were talking about last night. I said, look, they're leaving themselves the door open. They could go all the way here. So we got to take a swing at all three of these and go with it. I will say though, this was not an easy one, not even for me, mostly because the NQ at the exact same time was pushing through its aggressive level. So little difficult. I know I had made some comments in the room that probably kept people from doing it. So if anybody's listening, sorry about that. Obviously, it worked out really well. And then the aggressive level, what we were originally targeting was to get back to the low that they put in right here at 940. I said if they can re-break that, that's our trigger. That's our downside for the lower targets. And here they are. So thinking back a little bit, again, we had this stuff posted, an hour and a half or so before they even got to any of these levels. And if they were, I told them if it's still weak and we get through the last rubber band, then you've got another whole scenario down here that it could get into. And sure enough, it did tag our first target of the next even bigger scenario to the downside. So not a lot of fun here in the middle. That was really hard. But if you'd have just kept playing the hurdle as we do in the room, it's always a nice return back to, and it just tagged it. What? Let's see, back here at 12 o'clock, and then it, one, two, three different times, and just kept failing from there. So not too bad. And then NQ, similar, a lot easier to trade. Personally, I did most of my stuff today on the NQ because the ES. Here's what I'm talking about. You'll see it here. So same deal, find our 920, same deal. So 920, we're really close to targets. Same situation. I let them bring in the bottom, and then we had labeled it here aggressive, nominal, and has to hold. Those are your three options. And I told them that even if we don't make it to the nominal, so this is about the same time of day right here, like 10:15, 10:20. It was pushing above the aggressive, and the ES was actually above the aggressive. So I was kind of trying to take the slightly less aggressive myself, hoping it would get to the nominal, but it didn't. So either way, I said that even if we get to the nominal, watch the aggressive closely, because if we close back below there, wait for the retest. And this was about as good as we got right here, about 1050. Didn't miss it by a lot, only a couple points. Yeah, it was a good retest. And then after that, they had to re-break the decision point. They got caught up here at the hurdle that we posted several minutes, if not an hour beforehand. But otherwise, it futzed around a little bit and then finally made its way to all of the targets on this first run. Well, I guess didn't technically get to the extended one, did it? Got pretty close, though. I'll call that a victory. There's our day.
Not too bad. My daughter's getting married on Saturday, so I'm going to be out of town the rest of the week. George and I are going to see if we might be able to still do these, and they might not be live, but we might be able to post something later in the day. So if not, I apologize in advance, but this is our first child of 8 getting married, so it's a pretty exciting week for us. And y'all are in good hands with George. And as always, if you're not in the room, please come join us. Lots of links down below.
Always kind of levels laid out for you, and you kind of understand the system and, you know, the pullbacks and where we enter and where we try to re-engage and so forth. So come on over.
See you there.